OK, welcome to Headline Makers. It's our favourite part of the programme. This morning we're joined by Chris.
It's not my favourite part of the programme.
Well,
I'm only speaking for me.
Well, what's your favourite part then? What do you prefer, the sport?
No, every time I talk to you, it's my favourite part of the programme.
Oh, bless him.
Chris,
The screen wife.
That was actually quite nice. Anyway, we're going to start, Chris, with the I front page, and we have to really reflect everything that's going on in the world. But Sir Keir Starmer facing a bit of a battle at home on his own position. I think a quarter of MPs within his own party disagree with him, and real challenge to his authority.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Sir Keir Starmer has really taken a grip of the Labour Party over the last few years and purged the left of his party. He's ruled with an iron fist, and he's situated the Labour Party quite square in the middle of the right-centre politics, Blair as an heir to Blairism. But what's going on right now in the Middle East is obviously bubbling up within his party, and I suggest probably also within the Conservative Party also. So although this is talking about Sir Keir Starmer, I'm sure the Prime Minister, Mr Sunak, will have exactly the same, because in a country where you would hope over something as stark as what's going on in the Middle East, that people would be allowed to have their own personal opinions. And what he recognises is that he can't put the lid on it, that he's got, that if he comes down too strongly on his cabinet, he's got, what is it, it says 50 Labour MPs want to talk about a ceasefire. He's got many people of his front bench, namely Jess Phillips, Kim Ledbetter, Sarah Owen, Eamonn Hussein, Andy Slaughter, Yasmin Qureshi, and Naz Shah, to name but a few, who want to have a ceasefire. We said earlier in the first one that I don't want to take sides on either side. The only side I'm on is innocent civilians, and I recognise, of course, that if there is some sort of pause, that Hamas will have an opportunity to regather itself. However, what would you put on the peace of civilians who are being obliterated? 8,000 so far, 4,000 children, carpet bombing in Israel. It's got to be something that saves the children. Save the children, said up to 1 million people. So there's more children being killed in this short 3 weeks than since 2019.
Everybody gets that, Chris, and I think the problem is that what you're saying is fair and logical and humane. As soon as you come down in the side of one side or the other, or appeal for one side, somebody will say, so what about the children who were killed 3 weeks ago? 100%.
And
the kibbutzes?
So I'm for those children. I'm for the... what happened on October 7th quite clearly is an anathema. It's anti-human, it's anti-civilisation. We get that. But what happened on October the 7th, as awful it is, it cannot be weighed off with... OK, you get the picture.
I also think it's really interesting. We've showed a clip earlier in the programme, the chap from the International Criminal Court, his name I forget, but talking about possible crimes against humanity happening at the moment. If we undermine the International Criminal Court, we haven't got a leg to stand on when it comes to Putin or whoever it might be.
Correct.
We have to respect what they're saying. And by that, I mean the West. We have to allow them to do their work independently. And it's a real moment where we're on a bit of a precipice, where if we actually start to undermine these organisations, the United Nations, the International Criminal Court, what sort of world are we going to be left with?
Well, absolutely right. So these organisations, are here to actually be the sort of calm, rational voice in a state of fervent fervour, when we lose rationality, and you can't undermine them at this moment in time.
The thing is, we're going to take notice of them, but...
No,
Our Hamas, they're not going to take any notice of.
Or the IDF, are they going to take any notice of them?